Veganuary is here, and people are giving this plant-based foods diet a try right in the new year. Dr. Brooke Goldner, plant-based healer and author, joins me live to help us out with how to start. If you're interested, welcome to Houston's Morning Show.
Thank you, and happy Veganuary.
Well, happy Veganuary to you. So the thought is that if people try it this month, it might just stick around. What would the benefits be of that? It's not just about weight loss, right?
Absolutely not. And it's really popular. You know, last year, the hashtag Veganuary was viewed by over 500 million people. And of the whole US, Texas was one of the top states participating. So it's really popular, and it's for a lot of reasons. So one reason is actually the climate. Right now, my in-laws are getting flooded in Northern California. We've had record climate issues, and people are paying more attention to that. And industrial scale farming is responsible for really being a leading driver of climate change. You know, you could have less carbon emissions driving a sports car as a vegan than eating meat and having an electric car, right? It also is a significant cause of pollution. So people are paying attention to that. Also, animal welfare. If we can live healthy on a vegan diet, maybe we should, you know, people want to kill less animals, and billions of animals are killed a year for people's consumption. But the number one driver actually is health, which makes my heart happy as a doctor, because you know, I've been on here before talking about how changing to a healthy vegan diet actually saved my life. I had lupus that I was diagnosed at 16, and kidney failure, blood clots, arthritis. And when I changed to a healthy vegan diet, it went away. And this year, 17 years, I've been healthy all because of diet. And I help people all over the world get rid of MS, RA, diabetes. Even the number one killer of people in our country, heart disease, is caused by our diet. So by switching to a healthy plant-based vegan diet, you could save your life, your loved ones, the planet, the animals. There's just so many reasons. It just doesn't make sense not to try it.
So how do you really feel? Because I'm a little confused here about I love your enthusiasm, but you know, someone who has never done it, they might be fearful that they're not getting all the nutrients they need, or perhaps I can't stay full if I go vegan. What would you say, and how would you help somebody with that?
Well, first of all, what I'd say is the hardest part about going vegan is making the decision, right? Because your brain will come up with all these reasons why, maybe this, maybe that. It's actually not that hard. And you get more nutrients because actually the nutrients we need, vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, those all come from plants. So you actually get more nutrients eating a plant-based diet. And there's even protein in plants. People get all worried about that. But you know, those big muscular cows people eat, they get all of their protein from plants. So we just cut out the middleman or the middle cow.
Okay, if someone wants to get started and they said, okay, I got to check out this Veganuary and see what it's all about, what is your best advice on the way to get started?
Well, one, I would get a partner. You know, it's always fun to have somebody else who's on your team. It might not be somebody in your household. Get a friend who's willing to try this with you. And really, you only need a few recipes to get started with. And one thing vegans like to do more than eat yummy food is blog about it. So, I mean, you can Google and find recipes. I love healthy green smoothies for breakfast. Gives me all this energy that makes me seem so manic. You get green smoothies in your system, beautiful salads, grains. It's really not hard. It's actually less expensive. You know, a big thing of quinoa and beans is pretty cheap compared to a steak, right? So I would use the internet and Google some recipes. You really only need a few to get started. And like I said, get a buddy so that you have some support and have fun with it.
That's going to have to be a bestie if they're a beef eater. So maybe you can talk them into it. Let's talk about how you can tell and make sure you aren't eating animal products, because vegan is a whole nother thing from vegetarian where they do eat dairy.
Absolutely. And actually, I was a vegetarian from 12 years old and I still had lupus. My parents owned a pizza place. I ate lots of dairy, ate lots of junk all the time. So when you're vegan, it means that you don't consume or use anything from animals. So that takes out dairy, that takes out eggs. It's a very clean way of eating of stuff just from the earth. Now you can do it unhealthy. I mean, Oreo cookies are accidentally vegan. There's French fries. So if you're really going for the health aspects, you want to really eat fresh foods. And the best way to know that it's vegan is you got it from the produce department. There's no label to read, right? But if you are looking in the processed aisles, you want to look at those labels carefully, because sometimes it shows up in other ways, like casein. Well, that's dairy protein, but it doesn't say milk in it. So you do have to, if you're going to buy processed stuff, be pretty careful about looking at labels. But you know what? I've been vegan for a long time, and I always say being vegan means trying not to eat or use animal products, because nobody's perfect. You you try your best and sometimes you slip up and you just keep going.
All right, Dr. Brooke Goldner, you're just a fireball. Thank you for sharing your positive energy with us, and good luck if everybody's trying to go vegan.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye.
I'm sold after that. Thanks, Melissa.